everyone, it's me, your guide through Moonguard, Amy, and I've been away, at least from YouTube. Yeah, so I intended for this video to go out about like 2.5 weeks ago, for it to be like this really big like Halloween episode, and then a series of unfortunate events and sicknesses and trips to the ER kind of pushed this back. I'm still not even at 100% from my trip to the ER, but I was like, I have to get this out. But it can't be a Halloween episode, so what do I do? So I thought about it. How about we go through some of the tips and tricks I have learned about Moonguard and World of Warcraft RP that maybe you should kind of know before you go and venture off into the sunset in an RP server. But that doesn't mean that all of the footage that I took during Halloween goes to waste, because don't worry, I will still be showing you all the footage of the fun adventures that I had in Moonguard with all the wonderful people from Toxic Girls Gone WoW and the beautiful and wonderful Morrigan X WoW. I will, of course, have all of their social links down below, so make sure you go by, say hi to them, give them all the love and support. They are some fantastic people and some of the best people that I've met on Moonguard since starting this whole journey. So without further ado, I present to you Amy's tips and tricks for the beginner in Moonguard. Rule number 1, don't be afraid. I recently took some friends into Goldshire on Moonguard, and one of them was definitely a little hesitant to join us there, and understandably so. Moonguard has a reputation, but I feel like that reputation is kind of blown out of proportion, especially for today's standards. Yeah, definitely you're going to have a couple of bad apples, but you're going to have those bad apples on any server. But just don't be afraid to jump in and go onto the server. Trust me, it is a fun time. There are some really, really nice people out there, and most people are very respectful of your boundaries. Rule number 2, make sure you download add-ons like TRPG or Total RPG 3. This is an add-on that is more of like an extensive profile for your character. This is where you can really tell your character's story, and you can also set statuses like out of character or in character, what you're currently doing, and maybe a little bit more information on like maybe your main and things that you like to do outside of role playing. But you can kind of get as detailed or as not as detailed as you would like. It's really kind of up to you. I've seen some people who don't add anything to their profile. Really, the main thing is that if you want to engage with new people on the server, you really need this add-on, because most of the time people will not engage with you without this add-on. Rule number 3, set your boundaries and stick to them. So there are 2 main types of RP on Moonguard and on other RP servers on MMORPGs. The ones that I'm most familiar with are RP, which is just standard role-playing, and then there's ERP, which is explicit role-playing. Explicit role-playing is generally the one that gets the bad rep, the one that Moonguard is known for. If you are not wanting to participate in that type of RP, don't. 99% of the time, if someone messages you about wanting to join in on something like that and you tell them no thank you, or you ignore them, that's it. They're usually pretty respectful. They leave you alone. However, like in real life, you will come across people who like to push your boundaries and try to get you to do things that you do not want to do. Stick to your boundaries. Tell them no. If they try to pressure you or they keep pestering you about it, then you need to do rule number 4. Block and report that asshole. I know a lot of people are totally okay with blocking people because it gives them that form of control, but you also need to report them, especially if you know for a fact that what they sent you is in violation of terms of service. So if they pushed your boundaries, if they said something that was violent, they threaten you, something like that, that's very obviously against the TOS, please report them. I know a lot of people don't really care to do that because they feel like it kind of just goes into a file somewhere, but you never know. You could be the third strike on their account and you could be the one that gets them banned, and then the entire server no longer has to deal with them. So make sure you do your part and you ban, block, and report them. Rule number 5 kind of plays off of rule number 4, but this would probably also be the first rule. But hey, let's not get too detailed with it. Rule number 5 is safety first. So it should go without saying that whenever you are interacting with people on the internet, you should not give out any personal information, period. I don't give out my full legal name. I generally don't tell people exactly where I live. And especially on RP servers, I strictly keep to the names and details that I give them are the name, the details of my character, and nothing personal. However, on my RP character, I do have my socials on there, but I am a content creator, so it's a little different. Also, if you are a parent who has a kid playing World of Warcraft, RP servers are probably not the best place for them to start playing MMORPGs. I know a lot of people, especially my age, because I'm in my mid-30s, I've heard people say that they started playing on Moonguard and other various RP servers, but generally probably is just a good practice. Don't let your kid start playing an RP server. Rule number 6 isn't really a rule, it's more of like a suggestion or a tip to really make your experience on Moonguard and any RP server more enjoyable is join a guild. On Moonguard specifically, there are a lot of fantastic guilds that I have interacted with or have even joined. I'm a part of Higher Frequency, which is Morgan X WoW's guild that you'll see us running around a lot doing various activities. There's also Toxic Girls Gone WoW. They're really known for their parties, and their Halloween party this year was lit. So you really kind of learn about where all of these parties and stuff are happening by joining the guild or joining, any various guild that is friends with other guilds that host events and stuff like that. Be really careful when you are joining a guild though, because some guilds are more social guilds, then some guilds are more like raid heavy guilds. And that's true for any RP server, or true for any WoW server, but specifically in an RP server, some guilds may be into things that you may not want to do. So just be very careful, read what each guild offers, and kind of just get to know them. And they're really fantastic people. I love everyone that I've met that's been involved in an RP server, and they've just been really fun. And they throw fantastic parties, and they're just really, also they're really nice on social media as well. I'm gonna link some of the creators down below as well. They're just fantastic people, and they're really fun. And that's kind of how you know when stuff is happening, is by joining a guild. And it kind of gives you a sense of community, of like a smaller community when you do join a guild. So definitely look into joining a guild. Rule number 7 is remember that they are people too. Sometimes when we go on the internet, it's kind of hard to visualize that all of these people that are running around on this server are actual real life people that have lives outside of this game, who are living beings. And I do really want you to remember that as you go explore and talk to these people. And just remember that they're people, humans, just like you. So always kind of remember, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So be nice to people and just have fun. And that kind of does lead us into rule number 8. Have fun. The whole point of playing World of Warcraft or any MMORPG or any game is to have fun, to have that little bit of a break from reality, because we do in fact live in kind of a not so great world sometimes. Sometimes the world gets you down, and this is a nice little break, finding a little bit of joy in your day to get away from it all. Whether you're chatting with people, or you're doing PvP, or you're doing PvE activities, or you're simply just exploring. Have fun. That's the whole point of all of this. That's the reason why they made World of Warcraft, is for people to enjoy the world that they created and have fun. And that's all of my rules for role-playing on Moonguard. Well, there you have it. There are my tips and tricks and little rules for anyone who is wanting to get into Moonguard or really any RP server, period. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope it worked out since I didn't really get to do my Halloween episode, but you gotta roll the punches sometimes. Once again, make sure you go check out the links below to all the socials for all the fantastic people that were featured in this video. I will see you next month for more adventures in Moonguard. Bye, everyone.